Welcome to the Parentteening Show. We are your hosts,
Dr. Sharmila.
and Ashley. And in our podcast, The Parentteening Show, we want to get candid about having teenagers at home as well as being a teenager.
Plus, we love having conversations in this family, and now you can be a part of it as well.
Yes, subscribe to stay tuned on all things related to this podcast because it's going to be super fun and entertaining, and we'll be posting every single Monday.
Woohoo! So, Ashley.
Mommy, please, what the hell was that?
Papa? Hell what? Okay. So, Ashley, what is our topic for the day?
I think I'm going to have fun with this. The topic for the day is, what is it like being a parent in India to a teenager?
Taxing. That's the one word that actually sums it up. And I'm sure all the parents hearing this out there, I'm sure you're able to relate to what I'm just saying.
I mean, here's the thing, guys. My mom, she used to work in the US, and there was like in an alternate dimension / reality, there could have been a chance that I grew up in the US like with her. So I mean, you had your concerns about being a parent in the US.
Oh, yes. No, I actually had a concern about me being a parent, period. So, and I'm sure it's not about whether it's India or US. Being a parent to a teenager by itself is a huge task.
Okay, here's the thing. I also think it's pretty rewarding because I do her finances and I'm like a personal assistant of hers.
Yeah, true. No,
So,
I would say it's more like a love and hate relationship.
Wow, you hate it? What? Okay, well,
let's talk about
we're
this.
uncovering a lot of things in this podcast show. And I don't know if I like it.
I know. See, you wanted to get
Okay, fine.
Let's
Opening remarks.
Opening remark. Being a parent to a teenager is challenging.
Well, let me tell you, being a teenager to a parent is equally challenging.
I completely agree because I was once a teenager to my parents, and I'm sure they still hold a lot of things against me. But having said that, it's been one of the most rewarding journeys. So I'm gonna add that on there because like Ashley said, I've seen her grow over the years, and I've been able to connect with her as a person. And
you make me do your finances.
Yes, and a lot of other things as well. So it's like it's good to have a young adult at home. To have a more a simpler way of putting this is there was a time where Ashley was a little baby, I
was a little baby.
Okay, little baby, then a little girl. That was the time where she was, anything that I said, she'd just look up to me with so much of love and adoration and all of that.
Hold on.
No, let me finish.
You
that.
put this in past tense as
Yes.
if I don't do that right
No,
now.
hang on. Let's get the. I want them to envision a picture. So this is what I want you to think about. There was a time where Ashley was like this little puppy at home, was so sweet and nice and cuddly,
And I used to pee all over.
That's okay. Let's not get to the bad parts. The good part was she was adorable. She used to look up to me, and it was always so sweet and all of that. That was the pre-teen phase of Ashley, and then comes the teen phase, and like the
You're threading on a thin line here. Let me just say.
I know, but the whole context of this parenting show is it's going to get candid. So I'm just going to make it super interesting, and I'm going to add in all the Indian masala because you wanted to know how it was being a parent in India. So coming to the point where Ashley turns into this teenager, and this cute little puppy suddenly turns into this screeching cat.
Okay, that's mean.
I know it is.
One, and two, cats are adorable too. Yes. I mean, they're definitely more like, I think they're more reserved as an animal, but I'm sure all the cat owners out there, you guys are equally as offended as me, because how dare you say being a cat is a bad thing?
I didn't say good or bad. I just said
Okay.
You went from being a puppy to a cat to a screeching cat. Let's put it like that.
Okay. I think it's time to log off. No, okay. So I think we're completely. I'm a little annoyed right now. So
understand.
that's why I'm gonna change the subject. I think we've changed the subject from being a parent in India to being a parent, Ashley. And yeah, let's not do that. So I'm gonna ask you a question now. What's something that you absolutely love about being a parent in India?
Okay. Now I have
not being a parent to a teenager or being a parent to me, or being a parent. What in specificity to India as a country, what's something that you absolutely love?
Okay. Nice question, by the way. Thanks for bringing me back.
Yeah, okay. Go on now.
So being a parent in India is actually good because you get a lot of extended support system here. Like I have a helper who's been there with me right from the time I was in college, and she continues to be somewhat like a second mom to Ashley. Sure. So getting that support system has been very, very helpful. And also I have a driver who used to take her to...
This is making you sound snobbish. Just say that here I think people are super connected.
Yes.
So
okay. The cultural...
Okay, let's not let's cut out the whole Merima part. Okay. So just start.
Okay, being a parent in India, I definitely feel has a lot of positives to it, because there's a lot of culture that's being taught to children. And
okay.
Excuse me. Now I'm getting off track with this thing. Okay.
No, just say one thing. I asked you for one thing. Just say extended family is there. I feel supported.
Fine. So being a parent in India, to me, has been one of the best things to happen, because I find support in the extended family there. Whenever I need help, someone or the other is there to help me out and be there to support me in this journey. I mean, pretty much what I once heard was that in order to bring up a child, you need an entire village. And I've been able to find that village in India, which is something I'm super, super grateful for.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm actually going to turn that question to you and ask you, what is it being a child in India?
Okay, well, I honestly don't know. Okay, let's see. I think that since as a child or a teenager, I'm exposed to a lot of like Western things and a Western like style of living. I think it's easy for us to kind of underappreciate or not be grateful for what India is. And I think India is a place of culture. And I mean, we live in Chennai, and the breeze is amazing here. So I think those are certain things that I like about India. Just like the fact that there are so many people of so many different cultures coming together. And I mean, when we're okay, we're united and happy. And I think that's something that I'm glad, like I grew up with that experience of being able to respect everyone irrespective of what they do or who they are. I don't know if it's like an Indian thing or if it's the way I grew up, but I am really grateful that I got that opportunity.
Awesome.
Okay, so next thing, what's something that you absolutely hate about being a parent in India?
Wow, this is tricky.
It's okay. We're being candid here, mother.
Yes, daughter.
How the tables have turned.
Yes. Okay, one thing that I absolutely don't like about being a parent in India is everyone has a say in the way you parent your child in India. I don't
know if it's like India. Honestly, we don't know, guys.
No, I'm just talking about I'm coming from my personal
Yeah.
experience. It's like, um there's so much of conditioning around this is what is expected of
Yeah.
a parent in India,
Mhm.
that sometimes I either become too conscious or too protective, or there's so many things attached to it. And it's like, if I want to take a decision as a parent, before uh, I put my thoughts in it, I'm thinking, what will my parents think about it, or what will the society think about it? There's so much of externalities that I need to worry about before taking a decision. So I find that a little challenging.
Yeah.
While it's like two sides of the same coin. One side, I really enjoy the
The support,
system.
but sometimes it
Yeah,
gets a lot.
sometimes it just gets a little
Too
bit
much.
too much, and then I'll have to take a fine decision in between, like where am I going to say yes and where am I going to say no. So that's the challenging part. So what is challenging about being a child in India?
Where do I begin?
Do I call you a child or a young adult, teen in India?
Guys, that's actually an episode that's coming out in like 2 weeks. And that is the ultimate dilemma. Are kids more adultish or childish? And I have so much to say about that, but that's for another time. Let's talk about being a child in India. Where do I begin? Oh my God. Okay. So I think one of the things that I absolutely dislike about being in India is that there have been a lot of times where as a girl I felt unsafe. And this it's so, I mean, when you want to call a city your home, then it's kind of sad to feel unsafe in that city, or just constantly having to like look over your shoulder. Or I remember, like, I mean, wanting to wear shorts at home, but then if someone comes feeling like, I don't know if it's like a personal thing, but I mean, it is a conditioning that I've grown up with. And I think it's brought in a lot of like insecurities in me as a person as well. That's one thing. And the second thing is definitely like how, I mean, sometimes the okay. Mm, the second thing is probably how some people are kind of negative towards a lot of things. Like, my mom's a single mother, and to us, it's completely normal. It's something that has just been how life is. But definitely, people have a lot to say about it, a lot of like nasty things to say about it, and just judging a person based on things like that. That stuff just doesn't sit well with me. So as much as I appreciate the culture and things like that, there are definitely a few things that I don't agree with. And that's kind of like scratching the surface of it.
Absolutely. No, I hear you, Ashley. And the reason we even have this conversation is to understand and see how we can, tide over it. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
There are so many things that I'm learning about Ashley and understanding and peeping into her brain. And I guess that's the same that's happening with her as well.
Yeah.
But it's very important as a parent and a child to connect with the things that we agree with, the things that we don't agree. And sometimes it's good to agree that we will disagree on certain things.
Yeah.
At the end of it, what is really important is that we form this amazing parent and teen bond and grow stronger together. That's what I feel.
Yeah, honestly, because the thing is, no matter where you live, like you said, parenting is hard, being a teenager is hard. And what's going to make this harder is if we keep the differences aside. I mean, if we keep the differences just there and not work on that. Because honestly, like, there have been a lot of times where I felt like frustrated about something that went on in our like city, or something that happened with someone. And I think what makes it better is being able to talk to you about it. But yeah, okay, what's something that you would change if you could, about being a parent here?
Wow, interesting. What has actually changed from the way I was being parented to the way I am parenting is that we've become a lot more open and talking about a lot of stuff. I mean, till date, I don't think I'll be comfortable talking about certain things with.
Okay, let's not do that.
Okay. What I think I've changed in me being a parent is that I'm a lot more open and I'm able to communicate a lot with you and also give you the space to talk your mind out. So that way I'm actually able to understand what's going inside your brain. And I'm not sure we are able to find solutions, but we are at least not fuming inside, that like that pressure cooker that I said. It's something that the more we talk about things.
I asked you, what is something that you want to change about being a parent?
Okay, this is what I've changed, ma.
Mommy, what do you want to change? Not what you've changed.
Okay, wait, what do I want?
Just say that I'm glad we're on a platform where we can talk about these things openly. Communication is the biggest taboo in India.
Okay. Wow, interesting question. What I think I'd like to change about being a parent in India is having open conversations so that we get to understand what's going on and how we can work on a solution together. While there are a lot of taboo stuff in India, but I think the more we are open about it, the better we get to understand one another. So that's my.
I love that, and I think the reason we started this show is to be candid and just have open conversations and kind of start the conversation and let you guys like take over and make sure that okay. And that's the reason why we started this podcast, the Parentteening Show. We just wanted a safe place where people could just voice out their concerns, and it's just a place where it's not toxic, we're not judging anyone, and we're just being open about what it's like, and sharing our experiences and hoping that you guys do the same thing as well. So if you ever so great okay. So the next time you have dinner with your family, maybe you should ask them, what is it like being a teenager in India, or wherever you live? What's something that you like? What's something you don't like? What's something you could change? And I mean, I think it's a fun topic to talk about. And it's surprising because I didn't like it's. I think I've learned a lot during this conversation, and we hope that you guys found this conversation insightful as well.
So make sure to have these conversations and build your amazing relationship together. Take good care of yourself. And until we see you next time, ciao.